Been a good preseason so far. Had a nice run through, was it last Sunday, with the in the blue gold, and the legs are a little bit heavy, but I'm okay with that right now. We'll have another run out tomorrow. But to be quite honest with you, we kind of left our periodization in a way that's going to really tax our legs even heading into the game. So change up a little bit of our strategy since we've got to go all the way to the West Coast to play our opener. So the focus is on next Friday. Not really worried about recovering them for tomorrow. More concerned about recovering them for next weekend since we had all that extra travel too.
Wasn't it just a few years ago you started out in California? I don't remember whether it was your first. It might have been your second weekend.
Yeah, we had it was like a top 15 game with UC Santa Barbara. So that was an interesting trip. Hopefully it goes a little bit better for us this time. We had a great trip. We had a game against Santa Barbara, but Cal's a top Pac. What are they? Pac-10 or 12? I don't even know what they call that league anymore. What is it? 12. Pac-12. Okay. And then Santa Clara, which is traditionally a soccer powerhouse. So we'll get tested right from the start. Pretty good.
We were going into last year, the big emphasis, I think, was defense to prove that over the previous year.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to score a lot of goals, and the defense was good, and you didn't score enough goals.
Yeah, we went on a heck of a little run there. It changed. We had a couple injuries. We lost Albert. And even though Albert was a defender, it's funny how you don't really appreciate how much it impacted our attack because Albert's not the most physically imposing guy, as you can tell. Most Spaniards aren't, but what he was really good at was keeping the ball. And so, our philosophy is the more we have the ball, that's the best defense. And so, losing Albert, I think, was a big piece of that. And the goals dried up on us, and they can't. And so that was a major focus this offseason in terms of bringing in some attacking talent.
Yeah. Obviously on defense you lose a pro and Elliott. You can't really replace a guy like that. But how do you feel the defense can be just as good this year?
Yeah, we started that process in January. We brought Pascal in, and that continued all the way into May when we went over to Spain. And so we had 8-9 games to try and work on post Jack Elliott life, and it went pretty well, and we did very, very well. But yeah, you're right. You don't replace Jack Elliott. The kid's starting in MLS and is up for Rookie of the Year. But I'd like to think that we had a little bit to do with that in terms of the way we defend and the way we organize and the way we structure. So I think that for us, we've already we're pretty much on solid footing because the group that we have coming back with 3 of the back 4 are returning, and Pascal has been here since January, so that helped a lot too.
Lewis Thomas is a senior, has played a lot for you in 3 years. What are your expectations for him this year?
I'm sorry, say again?
Thomas, what are your expectations for him this year?
Yeah, Louis is awesome. Louis is going to be a captain this year, along with Stephen James in the back line. Louis is the type of kid who has developed so much over 4 years. He's always kept himself super fit. Can run and play 90 minutes every day if he asks him to, and gives everything for this team. So he's got all those leadership qualities. But what impressed me the most about Louis over the last couple of years in particular is how much he's developed his game. He's involved in the attack. He's good in possession. Technically, he's improved exponentially. And so I think it's no different than anybody else, Todd. I want our guys to be able to go out and play their role and do their role really well. That's my expectation for him. It's my expectation for the other 10 guys on the field with him and everybody on the bench. And if everybody just plays their role and is satisfied and does their job, I think we'll be okay. And I think Louis will be fine too.
I know Jay was talking about, he feels like he needs to score a few more goals this year to pick that production up. He feels like, he's capable of finding the back of the net.
Yeah, Jad definitely has that ability in him, and I think that's what the challenge is for Jad. I think you watch us play and you see the amount of opportunities and chances Jad gets. There should be more goals to go along with it. And he had a very strong spring. He's come in probably in the best shape of his life into preseason camp right now. and you know, the hopes are is that that does now translate into more offensive production for him. I think he took a lot of the responsibility upon himself for not scoring more goals last year, and a goal a game was probably the difference for us last year. You know, we started out 6-1-1. I think we had 7 straight shutouts, and ended up down the stretch not getting the job done. You know, that the multitude of that falls on me. But I love the way a guy like Jad stepped up and said, no, coach, you know, I have to put the ball in the back of the net more. And that's been a focus of his since January. So I'm really proud of kind of his development, and I think my expectations for him is that his numbers are higher this year.
You know, a lot of times, you know, when you lose a key player before the season, the team can go one of two ways. They either rally off it and, you know, do great things, or maybe they go into a show. How do you think this team is going to react?
Hopefully better than I did when I got the news. I probably can't say on camera what exactly I said at that moment, but no, listen, I think Joey Piacic is without a doubt, you know, our heart and soul. I think even though he's not going to be on the field, he's still found a way to still continue to be our heart and soul, which is quite interesting. But I think that kind of just speaks to the character of the kid. He's still around. He's still talking to the guys. He's still doing all the things that you'd want him to do outside of being on the field. So that impact from a personality standpoint won't go away. And in a lot of ways, that's almost as good, if not better, than what happens on the field, because, you know, Joey didn't have a great game every game, you know, and so there's going to be games where he's not at his best, and the same with all the guys. And we always tell them, even on days that you're not at your best, still find a way to impact the game. And Joey now has to find a new way to impact it, and he's still doing it. But I think what it's done is it's probably opened up opportunities, because Joey was probably one of a handful of guys where you just pen his number, and you don't pencil his number, and you pen it in. And that means there's a lot of guys sitting behind him that aren't getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of reps in training to show what they can do. What this has done is it's opened the door for guys to kind of step forward, and there's 2 or 3 guys that have really, really impressed, that are going to impress our fans and are going to put our opponents on notice after the first few games. Now, certainly we anticipated them being good, but I think when you have 9 guys back like we do in that lineup, it's made it easier for those 1 or 2 guys that we've given opportunities to take Joey's spot to really kind of just step up and have a great supporting cast around them. Like I said, I'm not going to give away my hand too soon, but we have 2 or 3 guys right now that you're going to see playing in the center of the midfield that you're going to go, wow, I can't believe that kid probably wasn't going to play very much this year. So I'm looking forward to giving these guys and showcasing them in front of our fans, and you know, trust me, I miss Joey more than anybody. I've had too many sleepless nights trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do, and everything we did prior to was built around Joe Piacic. But I'm also now just as excited for the new guys stepping in, and I guess the silver linings, I get Joe Piacic back for 1 more year.